DC Comics, Warner Premiere Comics, Superman Red Sun. Handing on the Russian symbol of communism. Oh boy.
Magnificent, isn't he?
Now you see somebody evidently looking through binoculars. You can see the binocular shape of view. And they're looking at the downtown skyscraper roof area, and okay, they're looking at Superman flying away from what just happened on the previous episode.
Absolutely magnificent. I knew these random acts of heroism wouldn't be confined to the parameters of Mother Russia.
Okay, the guy watching in the binoculars is none other than Lex Luthor with his blonde red hair. I guess it looks blonde to me in this cartoon, but he's always dressed like a scientist in a white suit, and here he goes.
What made you so sure he'd actually be able to save us, Dr. Luther? Mathematics, Olson.
So Olson evidently is the guy in the black suit, and the guy in the white suit is Lex Luthor, now talking to Olson.
Pure mathematics. Now, make sure they raise that satellite from the water precisely as I described. The information he left on that hull is essential, especially if our dear friend in the White House expects me to build him a Superman of our own.
So you see everything he's talking to. Olson, evidently Olson is his White House representative or whatever of Lex Luthor. They're working together to help the White House beat that Superman's ass. And then, well, what you see there is a helicopter, a military helicopter, heavy duty, with a strong cable picking up that satellite from outside the ocean where Superman dropped it.
Weeks pass, and 1,000 rescues later, they decided to throw a welcome parade.
They're going to throw a welcome parade. Now you see the classic buildings of old Russia and old Russian stuff, because they like to keep stuff with like old-timey cars, you know. So you see the classical, actual real-time Russia with all their old-timey vehicles and buildings.
I can remember every single silly detail of that day in Red Square.
Red Square. So now you see a whole bunch of people holding red flags with communist symbols. They're probably all just cheering and welcoming back Superman after he's been out saving people and stuff outside of Russia.
Every face in the crowd, every pimple on every face of every cheering worker. Their poor, confused expressions at this champion from the farmlands.
Okay, there's a big old building there, like it looks like the Russian White House, I guess. I don't know if they have one, but it looks like a Russian Capitol Hill. And then there is over there the president of Russia right next to Superman, and they're waving at everyone out there in the crowd, and they're all cheering.
You couldn't stand still for more than 10 seconds at a time.
There's a lot of Russian propaganda and Russian symbols, and everything is like red Russian color, so I hope I'm not missing out on any details.
Don't tell me there's another emergency, Superman.
Now there is a gasoline refinery plant, it looks like, all the building structure, all the round containers. Some kind of explosion happened behind it, and Superman automatically heard it because he's got Superman hearing, I guess.
A chemical plant on fire, 3,000 miles west of Vladivostok. Just give me 10 or 15 minutes.
So then he has to leave the parade and the party, and evidently he seems to be flying right now above the buildings and above all the crowds, and the plaza is full of people cheering Superman because he's got to go fix that explosion.
He's got the attention span of a spastic 2-year-old, hasn't he?
Now there's the president of Russia with his right-hand man talking about Superman behind his back, even after the man just left.
Imagine not even being able to sit through your own damn parade.
Well, what's he supposed to do, Captain? Stand there and grin like an idiot when he can hear people screaming for their lives?
How could you bring this alien from the Ukraine into our inner circle to this degree?
Because they love him, my boy.
As these men are talking about Superman behind his back, you can see images of the people out there in the crowd, you know, random people holding symbols and signs and just being happy to be there and cheer for Superman.
He was raised to believe in everything I stand for, and he makes Russia feel as indestructible as he is.
I'm the one you've been grooming for the top. I've been preparing for this since I was 8 years old. If Superman succeeds you, he could be there for 1,000,000 years for all we know.
Who cares if he succeeds me? You made chief of the NKVD by 25, Pyotr.
So what are you saying? That it all ends here? That I peaked before I'm 30?
No, I'm saying you should watch your tongue and remember who you're speaking to. My jealous little captain. Bear in mind you're only one of a number of illegitimate children I have out there, you know.
Now you see like a slow motion zooming out of when these two men are talking up in that building. And when you zoom out, you see so many people out there, all the Russians and communists trying to cheer for the Superman parade as these two men are talking. Oh, dang, that was the end. I like this thing. And there's all the images of what just happened, little by little. Catch you guys on the next one.